Hey friend, welcome to Healthy with Heather Brown. If you don't know where to start with balancing being healthy and loving the life you already have, I got you, friend. And yes, of course, we're still going to enjoy some Chick-fil-A. I'm here to come alongside you and encourage you to fall more in love with your creator, your spouse, your kids, and your own health journey. We'll talk about how to let your good things grow until they become daily habits, with the occasional dad joke and point of view from my Yankee hubby, Eric. Don't stress. Let's hop on this Hot Mess Express together. So join me, Heather Brown, as we unpack what it looks like to live a life well loved. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Healthy with Heather Brown. I'm just a few days out from my birthday and so excited. November is here. We are ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys all had a fabulous Halloween and got in a few treats here and there, but also are back on the bandwagon. I am so amped that we are doing our November Thankful and Thriving Challenge this month in the Busy Moms Holiday Planner. So I really want to encourage you today, no matter where you are, to write down something that you're grateful for, to get your body moving, to get your water and get your steps in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we will link our Busy Moms Holiday Planner in the show notes so you can take advantage of that challenge. And we're also trying to get in our supplements. So making sure you're really taking care of your body, even during these busy holiday months. It is so worth it, I promise. We are excited to bring Claire on with us today, Claire O'Brien, and we are nearing the end of our podcast season on physical health. And one huge topic when it comes to our bodies is obviously skincare. I mean, you can't imagine why. It's not like it's your body's largest organ or anything. So when I found Claire on Instagram, I was immediately sucked into her account. And so with all that said, Claire, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love being on podcasts. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm so excited to be here.
Girl, I'm pumped to have you. And Claire, you have your own podcast. So why don't you tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, and your specialty?
Okay, so I am a nurse practitioner. And about 2 years ago, ironically, March of 2020, I had just been on Instagram and felt like I was seeing all this misinformation and just medical professionals really not getting their voices amplified and people with big voices that shouldn't have them. And so I decided to start an Instagram account and just start sharing things that were, women's health related. And then obviously March of 2020 came. And right before then, somebody had said, you should start a podcast. I just love to talk. I love to hear myself talk, love to talk to other people. And so that's when it started. And it's been really fun. I love podcasting. It's just such a better interaction than like social media for me. I love the nuance of it and all that. But so my career, I was in surgical oncology for about 10 years I did breast and melanoma and GI when I started. And then I moved to head and neck and then moved and took a very hard left into the world of aesthetics. And now I'm like, I did my time with my cancer patients and needed to pivot for family and career and all of that. And now I do Botox and skincare and all that thing. So very different vibe.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you said so much that I resonate with already. Number one, I don't know if you know this or not, Claire, but my husband is a cardiovascular nurse practitioner. So
awesome. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I have so much respect for you and what you do and all the things. And I know that you're obviously incredibly intelligent. That kind of goes without saying. You've already proven that with all your amazing titles and such. But I also am like, hang on, how old are your babies?
So I have a 7-year-old and about to be 5-year-old. So I have 2 girls.
Oh, so fun. Now, what encouraged you to take this leap of faith into being an entrepreneur? And you didn't mention this, but she's the co-founder of Skin. Am I pronouncing this right? Skin Click?
The Skin Click.
Yes.
Yeah. Skin Click. I know I try to downplay it, but I did help my sweet and wonderful partner, Dr. Sarah Allen. So really and truly at the time when I knew I was going to have to leave academic medicine, my husband's a physician. He travels. He does a very interesting kind of niche part of medicine where it's hard to explain. I can't even explain it half the time, but he was traveling a lot. I know people are like, what is your husband doing? I'm like, he's a doctor and he's air quotes,
hilarious.
But he just does so many interesting things, but that he does travel a lot and has a funky schedule. We had 2 little kids, 4 and 7 now, but this was, 3 years ago. And a friend of ours and an internal medicine physician, Dr. Sarah Allen, was starting this concierge aesthetics business. And she asked me to help inject with her. And I was like, we really would love to be a part of this. And I didn't even really know that I had that in me, but I guess I do. And so, fast forward 3 years later, and we've got over 200 injectors that work with us, nurse practitioners and PAs. We're in 31 states, kind of all over, and growing every day. And it's just been a very joyful part of medicine that has been a really neat thing for me to offer, other women and occasionally men to get to do that and really, be in charge of their practice and their schedule and all that. So that's where we are now.
No kidding. So where are you guys from? Where are you based?
So our headquarters is in Charleston, South Carolina. She lives in Murrells Inlet, and I live in Nashville now. So I moved here about a year and a half ago. But I was in Charleston for a lot, like 20 years.
Oh, well, go Preds. Have you been to a Predators game yet?
Yes. Oh my God. My kids love the Predators games. Like,
it's so fun.
They are. There's like fire and smoke, and they're like, look, they're fighting. And then they're like, now they're ice skating. And anyway, it's just, we have a blast. Yeah. We love going to the Preds.
And the music. And I'm sure they love the dancers and the pom-poms. Like, it's just a show for real.
All of it.
It's so great.
What's not to love, really?
Exactly. So Eric and I are huge hockey fans, and we try to go up to Nashville at least once every year or two and go see the Preds play. And we've been doing that since college. Like, it's a really fun just date night for us. But you saying that about your girls, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have got to take our boys up there. They would freaking love it.
Love it. They will. 100% chance that they will love it.
And you're so right. So tell us a little bit about what that looks like for you with family life balance. You're in Nashville. You guys have these like practices all over the nation. What does that look like for you as far as like mom life and work life? Because that's always a struggle, at least for me.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I think it was Shonda Rhimes that gave this speech kind of recently at a college graduation. And it was so profound and so profound for so many women that work and have kids. And she basically said, when I'm doing really well in my career, my family is suffering. And when I'm doing really well with my family, my career is suffering. You're never going to be able to do all of it well all the time. And so there are days when I'm like, gosh, I like mommed so hard today and I did great with my kids. And I'm like, but I don't know what the hell happened at work. And it was fires to put out that I'm sure I didn't put out and all that. And then vice versa. There are days, sometimes I travel for work. I mean, it can be once a month where I'm totally out of town and traveling. And when I'm gone, I know that other people have to step in and help, whether that's my husband, our family, my nanny, who's awesome. And just a lot of help, friends, a lot of help and a lot of just asking for help. And I love finding, other women that I know, whether they work or not, that just can connect and say, I'm going to need help, or can you pick this kid up, or can we do this, or can we carpool together? And the reality is everybody wants a little bit of help. It's just finding those people that you click and jive with, that you can do that with. But yeah, it's hard, and you're just never doing all of it. There is no work life, home mom balance. It's something's always tipping one way in the wrong direction.
It's so true. Eric and I talk about this all the time, that we are always striving towards balance. We never think that we're going to achieve perfect balance, but I think so much of it, like you said, is finding your tribe and finding your village that are going to help you at least work towards it. And so that's so awesome that you have a good community around you to help you do that. And we thank the Lord literally do as well. And so I'm so grateful for that. But do you mind also sharing a little bit of maybe like the tools or the tricks that you guys use to and maybe operate efficiently in your business and also in your family?
Gosh, so there's several different things in the family that I feel like have really been crucial. I mean, I'm not a meal planner, but I actually do kind of plan out what we're going to eat for the week, what our snacks are, lunches, that kind of thing. I try to grocery shop as little as like once a week, because if I go more than that, I just am buying like a bunch of random crap all the time. So that's kind of helpful to me to know what's going on there. That's just like a personal thing of mine. I'm sure there are people that care a lot less about that, and I outsource a lot. Like I found this app recently called SudShare that is for your laundry, and it's like $20 and they'll come and pick it up, and they charge you by the pound. And it's literally, I think I put like 4 loads in, like sheets, towels, all the laundry. And I'm not kidding. It was like $20. And oh my gosh, like that, when I'm coming back from a big trip and I've got to do all this laundry done, I'll call them, doing the app for Sunday night, and they pick it up Monday morning and it's back Monday night. And that has been just a very practical, like magical thing.
Dang. I'm like, we're going to link down in the show notes, guys. Don't you worry.
I wish I had like a promo, but I don't. It's just SudShare. Maybe they'll sponsor us. Who knows?
That's right. Never hurts to ask.
And I say no a lot. I think no is a tool that we don't realize is a tool, but it is. I mean, boundaries and saying no are legitimate tools that you have to use. And so a friend of mine said, if it's not a hell yes at this point in my life, it's a no. And that's just true. My kids are little. Our business is bonkers. You know, my schedule is crazy. And if it's not something that I truly want to do, I just can't do it right now. And that's okay. And that's okay. And I'm in that place. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Claire, I think that you just, I mean, I'm totally with you on like absolutely the hell yes, like no being no, all that. I actually am a fellow meal planning nerd with you. And so for my audience, they know this, but I actually have a meal planning ebook. So I'm like, Claire, if you want a copy of it, I'll totally send it to you. But I have a free meal planning worksheet to get you guys started that I'll link in the show notes as well. Because if you don't have that tool in your tool belt, like truly, even if you hate meal planning, I promise just having an idea of like, we're having Mexican on Monday. You can figure it out Monday if you want to, but just some kind of game plan is just like a game changer in every sense of the word.
Exactly. And because it's stressful and everybody's hungry. And then if you don't have some sort of idea of what's happening, you're going to order something and spend more money than you wanted to. And it's not, I mean, a restaurant's job is never to like make you a healthy meal. It's just not. It's to make you a meal that tastes good.
Right.
And then I just feel like crap. I do. I feel like
Yeah,
crap.
agree. I'm like, don't you worry. I'm like, I am obsessed with this already, Claire, because there's so many things that you're talking about that we've talked about in earlier episodes. So all the things she's saying about food and what to eat, I'm also going to link in the show notes. But I'm like, you have so much wisdom about all the things, but I got to take it over to skincare because I'm like, our audience went nuts when I told them, what do you want to talk about this year? They were like, we want to know all the things about what you get, your Botox, like how do you take care of your skin, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So let's just start with the basics. What is one thing you wish every woman knew about her skin?
How important sunscreen is, and that the sun is your mortal enemy. So 90% of things that you see about your skin that you don't like wrinkles, acne, melasma, all of those things is made worse by the sun. And SPF is not the only thing, but it is the biggest thing that will help protect you from the sun. So just how important sunscreen is. Gosh, I wish I realized that 10 years ago.
Totally. I mean, do you have a favorite skincare brand that you guys always recommend for sunscreen?
You know, I mean, SkinClick has our own line, and we actually priced it to be very competitive with drugstore prices because that's how important SPF is. So SkinClick,
Wow.
we've got a tinted sunscreen, we've got a mineral sunscreen, and then I love Skin Better has a compact if you like a little bit of makeup look or color science. A lot of women think about makeup or they don't want to put sunscreen on over their makeup, and so they don't reapply. So I try to look for those things that are going to make it easy for my patients to not have, easy to put on. And so I look for a lot of makeup sunscreens like tinted things like that. But if you don't want one, you just want a pure mineral, SkinClick's got that too.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure to link
Yeah.
those in the show notes as well. And then of course, and actually, let me ask you this too. You said that they're priced about the same as drugstore products. So people always come to me and they're like, I want to know more about what tinted skincare you use. Do you mind sharing what the price point is and what that's called so we can make sure we get the right thing?
Yeah, so usually drugstore skincare or drugstore sunscreen can be in the 20s, like it's about $20. So for SkinClick, we've got one called the Essential Tint and it's $29. And then we've got Essential Mineral. It's a mineral only. It's not tinted and it is $29. And then
Perfect.
but we also carry a drugstore brand, which is La Roche-Posay, and their tinted sunscreens and mineral sunscreen are in the 20s.
Awesome.
So you don't have to break the bank for sunscreen, and especially for your face. I mean, that's going to last you several months. Yeah.
Yes, amen. And also don't forget your hat too. Like if you're going to be outside all day with your kids or you're at the beach, like a hat is your best friend for real.
Totally.
Amen. Amen. Okay. So then talk with us a little bit about your current skincare routine. Like, do you try to include a lot of products, a little products? How do you advise people that are like, I don't even know where to start?
Okay, if you don't know where to start, there's two little phases that I like. So if you don't truly know where to start, cleansing, exfoliating, and toning, that is just kind of your basic, here's where we start, just wash your face. And I say that knowing I get a lot of people coming for a skincare consult who literally don't even wash their face, and they don't want to tell me that, and they don't know where to start. I'm like, just wash your face. That's all you have to do. So that's kind of the first phase, is just washing your face. And then really the three biggest things, this is called the Holy Trinity, is vitamin C, a retinoid, something in the retinoid family. It can be a retinol, which are over the counter, or it can be prescription tretinoin, which is like Retin-A, and then SPF. Those are the three things that are going to keep you from that photo aging from the sun, free radicals from like literally pollution, and then your retinoid family, that's going to be vitamin A that causes cellular turnover, and it will contribute to your collagen and elastin, which is helping build that skin from underneath.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Claire, you said
it
one of
doesn't
my
have to be
favorite words.
complicated.
Yeah, you're so
Collagen?
right. Collagen, yes. Do you have a collagen that you use and love?
I do. So now all this to say, there is not like amazing data on collagen in the skincare world. Most of the studies that have been done are industry sponsored. That being said, so I tell my patients, do not start taking a collagen supplement until you are on your skincare and using your sunscreen every day, because you are taking that money and just lighting it on fire. So once you've done those skincare tips, then you can take a collagen supplement. I just use Vital Proteins powder and put it in my coffee.
Okay.
That's all.
Awesome. I used to use that one back when I was in pregnancy and stuff like that. I now am on the Modere liquid collagen. Have you heard anything about liquid collagen and the type 2 or anything like that?
Yeah, and it's just hard to know because, like I said, everything's like industry sponsored, and so it's so hard to know if that's really true or not. I don't know, and I mean nobody's doing their own at-home study of the little nanoparticles of like how much better your skin is going to look. I don't have like a professional light and doing a biopsy and all that, but
right. Ooh, I'm like Claire, you can do it on me. Before and after, we're doing this.
No,
that's you're ethical, like maybe not.
It's
maybe
fine.
Not.
It's for science. Yeah.
LOL. Well, anyway, if you guys do have any questions though about collagen or you want to deep dive, I feel certain Claire probably has extra resources she can point you to on her Instagram, and I certainly do on the liquid collagen. So feel free to reach out if y'all have any questions on collagen. But another thing that people asked me was, how do they, well, first of all, I'm like, there's so many questions. I'm like, we got to go fast. Okay.
I know.
First of all, they are pumped that you're coming. Second of all, they're like, okay, yes, talk to us about Botox. So maybe we start with, what's your advice to someone who is a beginner when it comes to Botox?
Okay, so Botox is a brand. There are actually 4 different types of neurotoxin. So there's 4 brands. And honestly, my advice to beginners is, listen, we can always put more. So we can just start light and just see how you like it. I think, it's important to trust your injector. Your dosing may look completely different from your friends. Your friend may get 20, you may need 60, so just trust your injector, and hopefully you found one that is recommended. I always say word of mouth is the best. Ask your friends who they go to. And if you think your friends aren't getting it, you're wrong. I mean, they just are. Somebody is getting Botox.
Oh, my stars, you guys. How are we almost at the end of this year? I do not even understand where it went. If you feel equally overwhelmed and ecstatic about getting into the holidays with your kids, I feel the exact same way. Truth be told, there's a lot of pressure that comes with the holidays. Think about all the things we have to squeeze into the fall and winter. Games, practices, pumpkin patch visits, Halloween parties, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, cute family photo shoots, Christmas parties, buying gifts. Everything that you cram into October, November, and December can leave you seriously feeling like you ran a marathon by the end. What if we found a way together to savor the season instead of cram it all hurriedly in? I don't want you to feel like it was all a blur, so I figured out what would help me in this season to stay on track and put it all in one comprehensive and pretty, if I do say so myself, planner. It's a way for you to make the most of the holiday season and includes memory verses to do with your kids, traditions, and recipes, plus doable health reminders for each busy month. If you need someone to reconfigure your heart and brain so the holidays will be life-giving instead of soul-sucking, this practical resource is your shortcut. Head to www.mylifewellloved.com/ebook to grab yours now and use code podcast to get 15% off.
Well, I'm like, I'm your friend. I'm getting Botox, friends.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's doing it. Yeah, you can always start light. You can always add more. And the great thing about Botox, everyone thinks Botox is filler, and they think about Real Housewives and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to look like that. That's filler. Filler is totally different. And all those women look the way that they do. And someone should have said no 20 syringes ago, right? Like they've had way too much. So you're going to look natural, I promise.
Yes, I would agree with that. I don't feel like I've ever had somebody that has just like made me look like where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even recognize myself. So
it's basically impossible to do that.
It really is. But having said all that, I also want to encourage you to do what's right for you. I mean, everybody is willing to do different things for their own body, and some things will work well for me that you don't want to get into, and vice versa. So
Totally.
always listen to your own intuition. And my mom is like, that's great for you. I would never put that stuff in my body. So know that whatever you feel led to, like, yeah, do what you want to do. Yeah. You do you, boo. And then also we said, okay, we have a lot of questions from our audience. I said that I want to send to you. She said, we want to get nitty gritty of beauty tips. How do you strive to find the balance of, yes, enjoying cosmetic procedures and techniques, but also loving and accepting your body and avoiding the toxic pitfalls of measuring up and self-shame?
God, I mean, listen, I think I'm so fortunate in my practice and the injectors that work for us, and that none of us have unrealistic standards. We all like natural. We don't want to look different than ourselves. I want to look like myself. And I think a big thing for us, you know, particularly as we take better care of ourselves as we're aging. I'm almost 40. I don't feel that way. And I don't want to look as old as I am. I think that's a big part of it, you know, and I think about my mom.
If y'all aren't watching the video, Claire looks phenomenal. Like, I would be like, oh, she's probably about like, I don't know, 32.
I'm in a closet. If you are watching the video, I record in the closet so that the coats catch the sound. If you're like, what is happening? I told Heather that. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was video, but now here we are. Thank you. But yeah, my goal is to never look different. And my goal is just to look like a refreshed version of myself, you know? And I even look at pictures of myself. My husband sent me a picture of our baby like 6 years ago. And I was like, God, I look younger now because I'm taking care of my skin. I really do. I mean, and it's just the goal of looking how I feel, and I feel great. I feel pretty young. And so I just want to look that way. And I want my patients to feel that way too. So I think the aesthetics industry can be very difficult. It is a massive pitfall for a lot of people. And it drives me personally crazy when I can look at someone and know that they work in the aesthetics industry. I'm having lunch with somebody on Thursday, and it's going to be a big goal, I think, of a lot of injectors for the next year or two to really turn that around. It's gone too far.
It's
gone too far. And we've got, you know, my children will not have a smartphone or social media anytime in the near future. I mean, I think that's a big part of it. I follow people who I unfollow people who I feel like aren't honest about filters or honest about what they're doing. I unfollow people that make me feel like I need to look differently than I do. And I'm just super honest with my patients. You know, I really am about what I'm doing and when and why. And what I love is the maintenance aspect of it versus making your face look different. I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, I mean, a lot of the women that listen to this are believers. And I would say to you that a lot of times, like, we almost like are so fast forward in our culture and so consumed by the way that we look. But it's like, God made you beautiful, and this skincare and the things that you're doing and choosing, like, we want to enhance it. We don't want it to be like detracting from it. And like you said, these unrealistic filters and things of TikTok and Instagram, it's just gone way too far. So like, let's bring it back home, friends. Bring it back to the basics.
Yeah. And I think, you know, that is a hard question to answer. You know, what is, like all of medicine, you know, what God has created, are we changing it or are we just taking care of it? You know, people have been changing their appearance for centuries with hair and makeup and clothing. I mean, we're always trying to do something a little differently. And, you know, to me, it's really no different than taking care of yourself in other ways. I mean, getting Botox actually has been studied for depression, for migraines. I mean, there are very little side effects. It's honestly had a positive correlation on some really big things like depression. I mean, just because it just kind of makes you feel better. It's pretty crazy, honestly,
Wow.
that's been shown. I think it's already covered for medical treatments in a lot of ways. So migraines, it's covered by insurance and all kinds of other things. We could get into that. But I think in the next year or two, you're going to see it as an approved treatment for depression.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. I had not heard that. So that's really interesting to know.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So I know that you've talked with us some about obviously skincare and then SPF and hats, but somebody asked, do you have any other like quote unquote best anti-aging techniques that you recommend within your practice?
I mean, can I say it again? Like the sun. I'm not kidding. Like stay out of the sun, or if you're going to be in the sun, just sunscreen. But I'll say, you know, Retin-A or tretinoin, the vitamin A family, that's the other big anti-aging ingredient. So any product with the vitamin A family of ingredients is great for anti-aging. And then things that exfoliate, like the acids. I love the acid family, like glycolic acid, salicylic, lactic acid, azelaic acid. All those acids are great. And some of them, yes, do cause some of your skin to come off, but some of them, like lactic acid, is actually moisturizing and anti-inflammatory. So love all the acids.
Now, how often do you do different skin treatments for your skin? So we talked a little bit about the things that you do every day as far as skincare, but then you might do Botox however often. Do you do peels a certain amount? I'd love to just hear your general regimen you recommend.
Yeah, so most patients are going to be able to go about 3 months before they need another neurotoxin treatment. I personally use Xeomin. That's the brand that I like. I can only go about 8 weeks, which is probably because I'm naturally I'm small, I'm thin. I work out every single day, and so that's going to make me burn through it faster. So I can only go about 8 weeks, but most people it's about 3 or 4 months. I'll do a chemical peel once or twice a year because I do have melasma. Now, I had a lot of that lasered off, but it comes back. It's very chronic. It's not something you can just get rid of. So I'll do a chemical peel like once in the fall, maybe once again in the spring. And then I do like maintenance little peel pads and things like that at home, maybe once a week. I'll sleep in a mask every now and then just for some hydration. But I mean, nothing crazy. I do filler, gosh, kind of whenever I can get to one of our trainings and somebody can do it for me because I can't do my own. But I'll do filler maybe once a year. Then there's some biostimulators like Sculptra and Radiesse that help you make your own collagen. Back to the collagen. That may sound, some people are probably like, oh my God, that's a lot. But to me, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I feel like one thing that I have been hearing a lot about recently, and I don't know if it's because of the South or what, but hydrofacials, do you do those often or not really?
I don't. So hydrofacial is good. When people ask about facials, they're so expensive, and most facials are doing surface level work, which is fine, but your skin will look great right after the facial, but did it do anything to help from underneath? So I will tell my patients typically, if you're a regular facial person, save your money for 2 months or even 1 month, depending on how expensive they are, and get a chemical peel. That is something that's going to not just help the surface, but that's going to stimulate collagen and elastin from way deeper than your facial can ever get. So, or microneedling is another one that's good. Going to give you more long-term results than a facial that's just like putting a bunch of creams on top. And I know hydrofacial is different, and they're certainly not bad, but for the money, I like people to get good value. Yeah.
Well, we all love to hear that for sure. I actually just got PRP microneedling for the first time last week, and I'm peeling a little bit because I'm a little bit dry after it. But I went to Dr. Cora here in Birmingham, and I mean, I looked at some of the women's before and after pictures, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm almost at that, like they said, between 7 to 10 days, you'll really start to see the full difference in your skin. And I'm already like, whoa. I mean, my pores look so much smaller already. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll get microneedling at kind of when I remember. Like I'm doing a series of 3 right now. I kind of forgot that I was doing that. Yeah, I love microneedling, love a laser, anything that's going to stimulate collagen. Like that's what we need.
Yes, amen. For those of you that don't know, because I am a little bit of a collagen nerd, you basically stop producing collagen in your early 20s or late teens, right?
Sad.
Yeah,
it's
right?
So sad.
I'm like, whoa.
Unless you have an injury, and that's where all this stuff is coming from. So when you're injured and like microneedling, peels, lasers, all that causes these little micro injuries. We're controlling it, and then you're going to make the collagen to repair it. So that's the whole point of all of these shenanigans.
Yes. And people always ask, is it so painful? And I'm sure it depends on what treatment you have. But when I got microneedling done, they did a really good, what's like a numbing agent.
A numbing cream.
Yeah. And I mean, I truly barely felt it, except for it was very tender, just right around my nose, which I'm sure is common. And like the thin,
your nose.
Yes. And then the thin
hair.
Skin right here. Oh yeah.
Oh, right here on the top of the lip. I'm like, oh, every time.
So just as long as you have a good numbing cream, you're going to be fine. Yeah. You can do it. I'm like, most of you bird babies, you got this.
Right. You'll be fine.
Exactly. So Claire, I have one more question to ask you. And it's the question that I ask every single person that comes on the show. And the question is, what's your favorite thing in your health journey that's making you feel like you right now?
Okay. About a year ago, I started lifting weights more than I ever have before. And it has changed my body so significantly. And I still do maybe 10 to 30 minutes of cardio a week, like nothing significant. And so I've been going to the gym, and pretty much all I do is weights now. And that has been awesome. And I want to encourage women to be doing that. Like, I think we're so
Amen.
afraid of looking bulky and you're just afraid of that part of the gym, to be honest, because it's, like those aren't my people. I'm the yoga and the elliptical people. And I mean, I do love it, but it's just been a tremendous change. And I feel like I kind of finally look how I would, not that I look bad before, but I'm just like, you can see my muscle tone, and it's so nice to be able to kind of show the work that you've been doing.
Absolutely. I think that's so cool. She's back in her coats again.
Stuck in the coats.
Hilarious.
But it sounds good.
Yeah, that's right. That's all that matters. And she blurred her background, so we can't even tell. It's fine. But Claire, I so agree with you. I taught Pure Barre for a decade. And then I also used to be on the elliptical or running or whatever. And I feel like what women don't, and it's like, you don't know what you don't know, but there is so much research and evidence-based stuff that's coming out now about, especially women as we're aging, how important it is to be doing lifting weights to help with your bones, to help with helping offset some of the perimenopause and menopause symptoms. Like, it's truly incredible to see. So if you've never picked up a weight before, let me encourage you, let tomorrow be the day that you try it out for the first time and find somebody that can guide you in that, because it really is just a game changer. It has been for me. And now I know Claire too, which is awesome.
Totally. I mean, the bone health alone is so worth it. And I'm tell you one other thing, I can't believe I didn't say this. I talked about it like incessantly, but honestly, I have been drinking so much less. Like I used to have one or two drinks every night, which you think is not that much until you look at what's considered a heavy drinker risk for women. And it's like 7 to 10 drinks a week or something. I was in the heavy drinking category so quickly before I even realized it. And I feel so much better now. I drink before going out to dinner or, something. Yesterday was my husband's birthday, so I had 2 glasses of wine, like, woo. But I mean, I feel so much better. So those 2 things have been huge. Like I said, I'm almost 40 and gosh, I feel great.
Claire, I'm so glad you brought that up. I have actually, ever since January, I have been aiming to do 1 day a week where I have an alcoholic beverage or 2. And it's typically like you're saying, because we're going out to celebrate a date night or we're doing this, that, and the other.
Right.
But I would love to hear from a different perspective. I actually talked with my girlfriend, Megan, about this. So I'll link that episode too. But what do you do? It's almost like more of a mental thing at this point where you're like, okay, I'm at the end of the day, the kids are down for bed. Like, I'm excited for that 1 or 2 glasses of wine. What do you do to help your mind shift away from alcohol as the answer at that time?
Gosh, I mean, it's really quick how fast you can forget a habit. It really is. And I think I just kind of made the decision. I deal with headaches, and I just got to a point where I was like, I can't even look at alcohol right now. I mean, that lasts for like 5 days, but
sure.
I don't know. I just do something else. I mean, I just tried to really remember this is not going to make me feel better tomorrow. It's not going to make me sleep better. It's not going to make me feel better in the morning. I mean, you think at the time it's such a relief, and it's so temporary that it's just not worth it. I mean, if I'm honest, probably TikTok is what
there you go.
Me distract myself from the
now, Claire,
woes of alcohol.
Do you guys have a TikTok that they could go follow you on?
We do. Oh my gosh. I mean, I have a personal one, which is fine, but I'm going to tell you, we just hired a social media girl, Maddie Buck, and she is hysterical on TikTok. Y'all. She's so funny. And it's at the Skin Click. We do not have enough followers, and bless her, she is so daggum funny. Like, it's got to blow up because she is just a freaking hoot. Like,
that's
really
amazing.
Is.
I love it. Well, we'll link it in the show notes, and we'll maybe get you a few more followers over there. So yeah,
please go see what Maddie is doing. She's hysterical.
That's awesome. I got on TikTok, of course, during 2020, like everybody else did. And I have not put much effort over there, but I need to spend more time on it and attention to it. Probably less time on it for me personally, more time for me business wise, but I'll link all of our TikToks down in the show notes for everybody.
You should.
Well, Claire, it was an honor to have you today. Is there anything else you want to share with people about where to find you or where your website is? How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Dabbleco, Dabbleco. And that's what my podcast is called too, the Dabbleco podcast. And then our practice is called the Skin Click. And we're at the Skin Click on Instagram and on TikTok and all of that. And find me there.
Yeah. Woo whoop. Well, thanks again for joining me, Claire. It was so much fun. Go Preds.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And everybody, thank you again for tuning in for another episode of Healthy with Heather Brown. We would love for you to go find us on TikTok. Go say hello, give us both a follow, and let us know what you thought about this episode. And I want to encourage you today, if you do not have a great sunscreen, that you love, please, please, please go to the show notes. We will link Claire's skin line that she talked about, as well as I did a LTK roundup of some of my favorite clean SPF products. We'll make sure you do not leave this episode without having an SPF in hand that you love. It's happening today. Let's get it, girls. Bye. If y'all think I'm a little crazy, just wait till my favorite guest joins me in the Marriage Corner. It's my hubby, Eric. All right, let me paint a picture for you guys. I'm here with Eric, of course, in the Marriage Corner.
Cheers.
Clink.
That's what happens when you have one glass and one metal wine glass. Didn't have that real nice, just
Ding!
crisp, cheers sound to it.
True, but I do love my little mint green or seafoam green wine Yeti holder, so.
Hey, no free advertising.
That's right, but I'll link it in the show notes. Okay, but we do have a little bit different setup tonight because we're recording, first of all, at night, which we usually do during the day. And second of all, we're recording with a glass of wine in hand. So cheers to us and to you guys. Welcome, beauties, to another episode of the Marriage Corner.
So I know this is not coming out until maybe November. Is that what you said?
Yes.
But we are celebrating our 14-year anniversary tonight. And yeah, there's no other place I'd rather be than in the Marriage Corner celebrating our anniversary.
That's right, with a glass of wine in hand. And I told Eric he could play golf this week, so been a good day.
Yep, great anniversary gift. I'll take it. I did get you this bottle of wine. We're not drinking that wine, but it is an Alexander Brown wine, and it's titled Uncaged. So, I like that with our name, and then, I feel like Uncaged really describes our marriage.
I like that, babe. Like our, what do you call that? Like is that like our, what is it called? Modus operandi, or our, what is that called?
Modus operandi, something like that. M.O.
Our M.O. Thank you. I should have just kept it with the short words.
I promise this is our first glass of wine.
I know. We've had like 2 sips. But I like that on the label also, it's called Uncaged, but there's an owl. I think it's a barn owl. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, Eric, did you bring us any fun questions for this episode of the Marriage Corner? I feel certain you did.
So I did. I do have a question. I think it's pretty fun. But I wanted to ask you to name the best everyday activities that could be Olympic events. So just everyday activities that could be transitioned to Olympic events that you would love to watch people perform.
Ooh, or could it be that I actually think that I'm really good at?
Yeah.
And can potentially star in?
You could potentially win the gold in whatever you choose.
Okay, so I'll do one and then I want to hear one of yours, okay?
Perfect.
I'm going, first of all, with sleep. I actually think that I would win the gold medal in sleeping because that is something that's so important to me. Nothing wakes me up. I can fall asleep within 5 minutes. I typically can sleep in until 10, sometimes later if you let me. And yeah, I didn't know how good I was at it until I met you and saw all your pillow idiosyncrasies. The lightest thing wakes you up. Sometimes it takes you a while to go to bed.
I honestly thought your sleeping habits were going to be one of the biggest obstacles early on in our marriage, but it actually has turned out pretty well with you being a night owl and me being a morning person. Mm-hmm. It kind of balances out pretty well, but the thing is with sleeping as an Olympic event, do you think people would want to watch you sleep?
No, they probably wouldn't. They would. Yeah, they might like to marvel at it in fast speed.
There could be some creepers out there that may like to watch you sleep.
Gosh, gross.
But that would be weird.
That'd be a little weird. You're right. Not the best event to watch. I just feel like I'd excel at it.
It's true.
What about you?
So one of the events that I was thinking of is remembering everyday passwords. So all the passwords you have, bank account. Now, granted, this would probably not be the best because then people would know your passwords to all of your things, but it was basically like an Olympic game show where, the person said, name me your Verizon password, name me your login, name me your whatever it might be, So I think it'd be really interesting to watch people struggle to name their passwords off the top of their heads.
So do you think you would be good at that game or no?
I'd be good for about 5 or 6 passwords, but, I think I have probably upwards of 20 to 30 passwords between work, banks, credit cards, you name it. So
all the viewing platforms of like Hulu, whatever the case may be.
it's true. Oh yeah, that is true. There's nothing worse than getting on one of those random accounts and you can't remember the specific password. So I think that would be interesting to quiz people on everyday passwords, remembering them.
We're going to have to tell the story of our internet password and what I usually think it is. Do you know?
I do not know.
So I'm not going to say our internet password out loud, the full thing, obviously. But the password, I believe, is something along the lines of Minute Nation, something like some characters or numbers or whatever. And so I'm infamous. Eric gets
it's the one that, the internet company gave us.
Yes.
So, yeah, Heather's infamous for telling people, it's Minuteman 188. I'm like, no, it's not Minuteman 188. All right?
It's actually completely wrong.
Some poor connotations to that password.
He gets so mad every time, but I always think that's it.
It's not Minuteman.
It's hilarious.
But I'm glad you find that funny.
Well, I didn't even think about it until you got so offended, and then I was like, I see where we're going here.
All right, well, on that note,
moving on to the next event.
Next event of the Everyday Activity Olympics.
Oh, okay. I'm excited about this one. I think that you will appreciate this one because it would be more interesting to watch. So me and my friend Lauren were actually having this conversation, and our kids go to the same school, so we obviously have to be there at the same time. And she was like, what time do you set your alarm for to, get late into school? And I said, let me check, because, we just been on a holiday weekend, so I couldn't really remember. I had to look it up. And I said, well, what about you? She said, I set my alarm for 6 o'clock. And my jaw about hit the floor. I said, 6 o'clock? What do you do for 2 hours? And she said, well, what time is your alarm set for? I had looked it up by this point. I said, 7:05. She said, what time are you leaving? I said, well, my first alarm is set at 7:28. That means get your butt to the car now. And we got to be peeling out of that driveway by 7:30. And she said, you are kidding me. You don't just get you ready. You get you and 2 kids out the door within essentially 20 minutes. And I was like, heck yes. And I love it. I get to sleep as long as I possibly can, going back to that first thought.
So I totally understand where Lauren is coming from, because I can't deal with that stress in the morning. I need my downtime. I need a nice, just kind of steady easing into the morning a little bit, get that cup of coffee, a little breakfast. I don't want to rush with the boys, get them up. Maybe they can watch 5 minutes on the iPad, whatever it be. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I think they love me more in the mornings, maybe a little bit.
That's why they love you more all the time, babe, let's be honest.
It's part of it.
Eric's definitely the favorite parent out of our duo. But I literally love it because we don't have time for fussing, fighting, arguing. It's literally just everybody do your chores, you know what to do. I sleep in as long as I can. They sleep in as long as they can. There's no time for screens. We get in the car and we roll.
There's definitely pros and cons. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I agree with you. There's probably so many women shaking their head at me like I thought we were friends, Heather. I thought we were alike.
Everybody's different.
True.
All right, so I think I have a really good one. And this one I think is pretty unique. And I think I don't know if this ever happens to you or anyone that's listening, but an Olympic activity where you have to randomly catch ice cubes that come out of your refrigerator or a cup that is falling out of your cabinet and you just randomly have to grab it. Do you ever have those Spider-Man moments? It's like Spider Sense where something is falling out and it's just complete reflexes and you grab that glass cup before it shatters, or you grab that ice cube before it hits the ground and you think to yourself, how did I do this? And
wow.
You're just like, I wish somebody would have got that on video. I would watch that all day long.
That's a good one.
Just random just grabbing ice cubes, cups, saving the day. You could throw a little flair in there, but I would be down with that. Which country do you think would be great at catching random?
This is a good question. Well, I feel like it's got to be Americans. We have so much stuff and excess.
We do have more ice than most of the other countries. That's true.
That too.
But that is a little elitist just to say that the USA is going to win the gold.
You're right. But, I mean, we probably wouldn't win the sleeping one, though. We're pretty terrible at that.
I'm trying to think of a country. Oh, the South Korea would be great.
Why?
Because they are great at precision sports, archery, things of that nature. Some of the shooting events in the Olympics. I'm going with South Korea winning the gold and catching random items falling out of cupboards.
That's amazing. I had to ask you, who do you think would be better at it, you versus me?
Oh, definitely me.
I agree. Concur.
Sometimes I amaze myself on a daily basis with the things that I catch.
It really is very impressive. Eric has really, truly cat-like reflexes. And Eric is like, I don't understand how you don't see that you're setting yourself up for failure here. He almost has like a 10th and 50th sense about just seeing bad things that could happen and avoiding them. Whereas I just set myself up for failure all the time.
That could be another good Olympic event, is just risk management in general. So you put somebody in a random setting home and they have to point out all the areas where a kid can be injured, something bad can happen. You see that wine glass that's just teetering on the edge of falling over. I would actually pay to see that as well, too. People to identify those things as quickly as possible. That could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, I don't think either of our boys have gotten your knack for that, because we get pretty much, I would say, weekly emails or text messages from either babysitters or, the school has to call you or email you. Leighton fell and hurt his elbow again. Leighton, hit his head running into a wall. Oh, Finn just almost, broke his elbow.
I'm really hoping they grow out of that phase. I highly doubt it, though.
I do too. But having said that, I've only broken one bone. Although you've broken 0, I'm pretty sure.
0 bones, multiple
Knock on
sprained
wood.
ankles.
Oh, yeah.
But
You almost broke that ankle that one time.
thought I did.
Yeah. Yeesh.
So I've got one more honorable mention for possible everyday activities that could be Olympic events.
Wow, we've really come far on this. Go
I
ahead.
know.
Yeah.
So bear with me. You might think this is a little weird, but nail clipping. Hear me out.
Nail clipping.
Hear
Who's
me
going to
out.
watch that?
Oh, man. All right. So the OCD in me, if I'm clipping my fingernails, I want them to be, pristine. Just that perfect. You can't go straight across. You got to have that little curve, and you want to get them each one exactly even, So it could be like gymnastics where you're judging based on not only time, but also precision. Or maybe you can throw some like a flair in there, a little artistic, portion to the event. I'm just saying.
Wow, guys.
I'm just saying it could be a game changer.
I really wish that there was video on my face, because I don't think my eyes could have gotten any wider looking at the articulation of that.
I'm just sticking with fingernail clipping because I don't want to see anyone's nasty feet.
Ooh, that could get a little
in
weird
the
real quick.
Olympics.
Let's not go there.
But yeah,
But that's very creative. I'm giving you a 10 out of 10
Thank
on
you,
creativity
thank you.
for that one.
I mean, if you want to take it any further, you could be, when you get your nails done, you could go, into polishing and manicuring and things of that nature. But I'm just mainly going for time and just strictly precision on a straight nail clip.
Now, Eric, how often do you do your nails? Is there like a time limit that you typically give
Maybe
yourself?
every 10 days to 14 days, about 1.5 to 2 weeks.
Ooh, I do have a random question for you. Now that you're taking the collagen, are you noticing your nails are growing any faster or no?
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, okay. Look
Yep.
at that. Side benefit, guys. Side benefit.
For sure.
Okay, well, Eric, thank you again for a great random question, per usual. We're going to wrap the marriage corner there, and if you actually don't know anything about my liquid collagen, I actually have not talked about it that much on the podcast, but Eric and I both take it. Eric prefers the
Life, I believe.
Life. I like the pure. Mine is keto, 0 calories. Eric is loaded with tons of antioxidants and fruit juice for tons of benefits. So I'll link all that and my discount code Heather for $10 off. And all the benefits are insane. I'm like cardiovascular nurse practitioner. What all do they do? It's cardiovascular health, joint health, hair, skin, nails. I mean, you name it. It does a lot of stuff. It's amazing.
I mainly think of the joint health. My hair feels stronger. I feel like it helps my hair grow faster as well, too. And yeah, it just makes me feel good.
Technically, I don't think we're allowed to say that, so we're going to pretend like Eric didn't say. Well, Eric said it, so I guess I can't get in trouble for it. There you have it.
This is my truth.
That's right. Eric's just living his truth, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Hey, girl, hey. If you're loving the show, I would love to hear from you. Please be sure to go on over to your podcast app, scroll down to where it says ratings and reviews, and tell me your thoughts. It really does mean so much. Your words might just be what the next person needs to tune in and start living a healthier life from the inside out. Thanks.